Hello, and welcome to the Wisconsin Humane Society Volunteer Information Session. We are so excited that you are interested in learning more about the Wisconsin Humane Society's volunteer program. This presentation will cover the following items and hopefully provide you with a better understanding of what our volunteer program has to offer. We hope that at the end of this presentation, you will have a good idea of whether or not volunteering with us is a good fit for you. Specifically, we cover who we are, our mission, our values, and our philosophy, 5 facts about WHS, what's happening in the world of animal welfare, programs and services offered by the Wisconsin Humane Society, volunteer program expectation and guidelines, and finally, next steps and current needs. All right, let's get started. The Wisconsin Humane Society's mission is to make a difference for animals and the people who love them. The Wisconsin Humane Society has 5 sheltering locations, a high-volume spay and neuter clinic, and a busy wildlife rehabilitation center. Founded in 1879, WHS is the largest and oldest animal sheltering organization in Wisconsin. Organizational values help guide our interactions with each other, our community, and our work. They are what set WHS apart from other animal welfare organizations. We have 5 organizational values: compassion, respect, and kindness, positive approach, innovation, professionalism, and equity. Our values are embedded in every aspect of our work, and they help shape our organizational success factors, which are the shared set of behavioral anchors that influence how we approach our work. You can read more about what they mean to us on our website's About Us page. You are most likely interested in our volunteer program because you love animals, and that is wonderful, and thank you for wanting to help. But did you know that in order to be a volunteer, you must also love people? We have a people-centered philosophy here at the Wisconsin Humane Society. People make our work possible. Each animal that comes into our care is connected to us through a person, whether that be a community member, a staff member, or a volunteer. Because people are the center of everything that we do, we treat people with the same compassion, respect, and kindness that we give to each and every animal in our care. We understand that clients in our community come from diverse backgrounds and beliefs, but we all share one thing: we all love animals. We work to bridge those gaps and eliminate barriers that would otherwise prevent people from keeping their animals in their homes. We believe that people are inherently good and assume positive intent when they come through our doors. If ultimately you decide that you can no longer provide the care that your animal deserves, we are not going to judge you or criticize you. Instead, we're going to show you compassion and kindness and thank you for choosing to do what you feel is best for your animal. We're in the business of making positive and impactful relationships with our clients, and we are proud to be as much of a people business as we are an animal business. We believe we can achieve our mission only when we welcome all people to join with us. We strive to recognize and respond to the forces that have created inequity in our communities and our field, and respond to the impact of that inequity on animals and the people who love them. We have a group dedicated to trying to identify and address gaps within the organization for clients, volunteers, and staff. We can only create positive and impactful relationships by being inclusive. We are always looking for input and can't advance our mission without the help of others. There are 5 facts about the Wisconsin Humane Society that we want to make sure everyone knows about. Fact number 1: animals in our adoption program have as long as they need to find a home. This means that we have no space or time restrictions for animals that are placed in our adoption program. Fact number 2: Wisconsin Humane Society receives $0 of general government funding. This means that the vast majority of our operational budget is from generous community donations. While we do receive payment for contractual services, such as stray animal holding in certain counties, we do not receive annual government funding. Our mission relies on the generous donations of our community. Fact number 3, there is no national umbrella group in animal welfare. We are not a part of HSUS, ASPCA, or PETA. While many of these groups do great work in advocating for animals, they are separate organizations that are not affiliated with WHS. The Wisconsin Humane Society is a private organization located in Wisconsin that serves its local communities. Fact number 4, Wisconsin Humane Society receives animals from surrendered animals in all of our sheltering locations, stray intake services with municipalities in Racine, Brown, Door, and Ozaukee counties, and transfers from the Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control Commission. Finally, we also receive animals from overcrowded shelters that are transferred to us from both within Wisconsin as well as out of state. Fact number 5, each animal at the Wisconsin Humane Society is treated as an individual. This means that we do not label or discriminate based on breed. None of the dogs you'll see in our adoption program have a breed label. Why is that, you might ask? The truth is, the only way to be certain of a dog's breed is to do a DNA test. And even if we were to know the breed information, it does not tell us very much about that particular individual. How many of us have met a dog that didn't quite meet their breed's expectation? And that's okay. We get to know each and every animal for the unique individual they are. So what's going on in the world of animal welfare? Well, we've got some good news. We've seen 2 major trends occurring in animal welfare on a national level. First, there are fewer unwanted litters of puppies coming through our doors. This is a good thing. Nationwide, animal shelters are not seeing the volume of unwanted and homeless litters of puppies that was once seen 5 or 10 years ago. This means that our spay and neuter programs, coupled with our community service programs, are working to ensure that animals who need homes are finding them. This also means overall fewer animals are becoming homeless, and thus fewer animals are being surrendered to shelters like ours. So then who is coming through our doors? In the last 5 years, we have seen a national trend of animals requiring a higher level of care coming into shelters. These are animals that may have special medical or behavioral needs. Wisconsin Humane Society is no exception to this trend. The animals who are coming into our shelter are ones who need us more than ever. As a volunteer, you'll be working with many animals who have a medical or behavioral condition or both. So we're looking for volunteers who understand these animals might have challenges and are willing to work with us to help them become happy, healthy, and ready for a new home. Next, we're going to review some of the programs, services, and departments that all of our wonderful volunteers help in. Our largest and most well-known program is our adoption program. We practice an open adoption philosophy. This means we use a conversational approach with our clients to seek ways to help make matches work and not ways to deny adoptions. We help our community clients on a first-come, first-served basis, and adopters are able to take home their new family members on the same day. We do foster facilitated adoptions also. Animals in our adoption program have variable pricing based on need and demand. For instance, dogs who have been waiting for adoption for some time often have their adoption fees reduced to help them find a home quicker. Our animal care program provides the day-to-day needs of our domestic animals. This may include things such as cleaning, feeding, dog walking, socialization, bathing, laundry, and even transportation. Animal care positions do require moderate physical activity and are a great way to make a big impact on an animal's stay while in the shelter. Volunteers help with animal care at all of our sheltering locations. We are fortunate to have trained behavior staff at all of our campus locations. Behavior staff assess individual animals' behavior, support animals in need of behavior modification, train staff and volunteers on proper animal handling, offer public training classes, and provide supportive resources to people adopting an animal with behavior challenges. Animals diagnosed with behavior conditions may go up for adoption as is, get further support in shelter, or go to a foster home for further observation or treatment. We will not place a dangerous animal back into the community who poses a serious risk to people or other animals. In those rare cases, we consider euthanasia to be the most humane decision. Every animal who comes through our doors is given a medical assessment. We are proud to have full-time employed veterinarians on our staff who provide a high level of care for all of our animals. Our veterinary staff also provide critical community services such as our spay and neuter assistance program for low-income families, vaccine clinics, spay and neuter clinic in West Dallas, and euthanasia and cremation services to the public. We also offer youth programs. These programs strive to teach young children about safety, the work we do, and how to keep animals happy and healthy in our communities. We are always looking for volunteers to help in our youth programs. No formal teaching experience is needed, but you must love kids. If you're interested in helping out with birthday parties, scout programs, camps, or other programs for youth, you may want to consider learning more about our youth programs. This is always one of our more flexible programs where volunteers can sign up for events or opportunities that work best for their schedules. The Wisconsin Humane Society foster program has approximately 1,000 homes that help in our life-saving mission. Put simply, fostering saves lives. There are multiple reasons why an animal might be placed into our foster program. Things like socialization, illness, surgery recovery, growth, or space. Our general foster program operates out of all of our sheltering locations and placed nearly 4,000 animals in foster care last year alone. In addition to our general foster program, WHS also partners with the Sojourner Family Peace Center located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to help provide survivors of domestic violence up to 60 days of foster care for their animal at no cost. There is also the option to do foster facilitated adoptions on your own. If you're willing to open your heart and home to an animal on a temporary basis, you can learn more about our foster program by going to our website, www.wihumane.org/foster. Next, we'll go over the list of expectations for the volunteer program here at the Wisconsin Humane Society. These are expectations that we ask all volunteers to adhere to. We hope that this list will give you a better idea if volunteering at the Wisconsin Humane Society would be a good fit for you. First, we prefer at least a 6-month commitment. However, limited opportunities are available if you are unable to give a 6-month commitment. You can always stay longer. We prefer the 6-month commitment because the first 2 months of your position will be spent primarily training you. Safety is at the heart of everything we do, and we ensure our volunteers are trained so they can handle animals safely and effectively. Some positions require a 2 to 4 hour weekly shift on the same day and same time each week. By having our volunteers scheduled on a consistent weekly schedule, our staff are able to work congruently with volunteers to ensure our animal care operations are not interrupted. We also ask that our volunteers are reliable. We count on our volunteers in nearly every aspect of our day-to-day work. We literally can't do it without our volunteers. If you have been absent for 3 consecutive weeks or more with a no-show or no-contact situation, we will assume that you have resigned from the volunteer program. Your reserved weekly shift will be opened up at that point. This doesn't mean that you can't ever miss your shift. We understand that our volunteers live very busy lives outside of the shelter. Should you need to miss a shift for whatever reason, illness, vacation, or work, we ask that you notify our volunteer coordinators ahead of time. Your coordinator will note your absence and work to find a replacement for you that week. Expectation number 5 is our house, our rules. Now, this may sound a little harsh, but truthfully, what this means is that safety and animal care is always our highest priority. We have many protocols and policies in place to ensure the safety of our staff, volunteers, and animals. We are going to work with you and teach you all of these procedures and why they are there. You will be expected to understand these safety protocols and follow them at each and every shift. Volunteers who are unable or unwilling to follow our safety protocols cannot continue in the program. Our final expectation is something we call feedback and coaching. What this expectation means is that as a volunteer, we are going to provide you with feedback on how you are performing in your role, as well as coaching if there are areas needed for improvement. All volunteers are expected to be able to work independently in their roles. If a volunteer cannot work independently, coaching and feedback will be given. The volunteer may be asked to bring along someone who can help them in their role. The volunteer may also be redirected into another position that is better fit for their skill set. Now, because our core values involve positivity and people-centered approach, we will provide this feedback in a respectful and compassionate way. We ask that all volunteers are open to this feedback and coaching. This is also a two-way street. We appreciate volunteers who provide feedback and coaching back to us. Now we will cover the guidelines that are specific to our volunteer program here at WHS. First, all volunteers ages 13 through 15 must come with an adult in most positions. This adult does not necessarily have to be a legal guardian, though the legal guardian must approve. The adult-child pair work as a team and undergo the same orientation and training. They work together on each and every shift. We do not offer opportunities for anyone under the age of 13. 16 to 17-year-olds can help out in some positions on their own with guardian approval. We are unable to accommodate school service projects on site, typically because these projects are short-term. If you are interested in learning more about what school projects may be available, please check out our website for more information. Depending on the situation and/or position, the Wisconsin Humane Society may perform background checks. And finally, there is a $10 plus tax supply fee that includes your new volunteer shirt and name badge. Now that we have reviewed a little history of the Wisconsin Humane Society, some of the programs and services we offer, and our program guidelines, you've probably got some questions. Let's go over quickly a few of our most frequently asked questions. If after reviewing these, you still have questions of your own, we do encourage you to reach out to your volunteer coordinator for more information. Question 1. What if I have a fluctuating schedule? For some on-site roles, volunteers need to commit to a consistent 2 to 3 hour per week schedule occurring on the same day of each week. This helps us align our schedules for animal care operations. For those that have fluctuating schedules, please contact your campus volunteer coordinator to learn more about campus-specific positions that are more flexible. We just might have something that will work for your schedule. Question 2. Can I help in more than one position? Absolutely. We appreciate that most of our volunteers want to help out in all the ways they can. We will get you started in one position to begin with to make sure that it is a good fit for you and that you enjoy volunteering at the Wisconsin Humane Society. Once you are comfortable in your new role, you are welcome to explore additional training opportunities in other positions by contacting your volunteer coordinator. Question 3. What if I can't come in for my shift? While we do ask for our volunteers to be reliable and to come in on a consistent basis, we also understand that our volunteers lead very busy lives outside of the shelter. Should you need to miss your shift for whatever reason, school, work, weather, or illness, please contact your volunteer coordinator to let them know you won't be in this week. If you are gone for more than 3 consecutive shifts and we have not heard from you, We will assume that you have resigned your role, and we will open up your reserved weekly shift to a new volunteer. Question 4. Can I change my position? Absolutely. We want to make sure that you thoroughly enjoy your time while volunteering with us. We hope that you find the work that you do meaningful and valuable to you. Sometimes this means that the first position you started in isn't the best fit. In that case, your volunteer coordinator would be happy to work with you to explore other options. Please don't hesitate to let your coordinator know if you feel your current role isn't a good fit. Question 5. Are there other options than what are listed in the current needs handout? After you have completed reviewing this presentation and have determined that volunteering with us is a great fit, your next step will be to contact your volunteer coordinator for a list of current needs. This list will provide you with all the current opportunities we have at your campus. Because so much of our work in animal sheltering is seasonal, volunteer opportunities do change frequently. If there is a position that you perhaps saw on our website that is not listed on our current needs, this probably means that either the position has been filled or we currently don't have a need for it given our current seasonal work. If that is the case, you are welcome to contact your volunteer coordinator and inquire about other similar positions. If when reviewing the current needs handout you do not see any positions or shifts that work for you, hang tight. Keep your volunteer coordinator information and plan on reaching back out to us in a couple of months from now for an updated list. We hope you have enjoyed this presentation about the Wisconsin Humane Society and all the ways our volunteers make a huge impact on our day-to-day life-saving work. If after completing this presentation you've decided that volunteering with us is a great fit, we would love to hear from you. The next step would be to contact your campus volunteer coordinator. Let them know that you've seen this presentation and would like to receive our handout of current needs. The current needs handout will provide you with a list of volunteer roles along with open shifts at your campus. Should you find a role and shift that works for you, a link to our application page will be provided in your packet. Your next step would be to submit an application for that position. Once your application is received, your volunteer coordinator will contact you within 7 to 10 business days to set up your meet and greet. The meet and greet is a chance for you to take a shelter tour, arrange for animal handling training if your position requires it, and to purchase your volunteer name badge and t-shirt. For everyone who turned in, we can't thank you enough for your interest in volunteering at the Wisconsin Humane Society and to help us serve the animals and people in our communities. Thank you so much for watching our volunteer information session, and we hope to hear from you soon.